Hey Friendship Church, it's Pastor Rob Rees in conclusion of our series of Explicit Lyrics, week 3. And I hope this has been a blessing for you. It's been a lot of fun for us to be able to connect with you and be able to speak into your home lives and be able to equip you to take your kids and go further faster in their relationship with Jesus Christ. So in our recap of last week, we talked in Song of Solomon, we were in chapter 2, verse 15, and it goes something like this. Solomon sings here and he says, "Catch for us the foxes, the little foxes that run the vineyards, our vineyards that are in bloom." Now, vineyards is metaphorically, he's using this as a metaphor to either talk about their bodies or their relationship. And in this time right now, Solomon's talking about their relationship. And he's saying that we need to put protection, we need to put walls. This needs to be a safe place. And this is good for our marriages. What are we doing to put safe places? How do we as men, as fathers, as husbands, how do we provide and protect? How do we put guards? And I know that when I do premarital counseling, I always ask, how do you deal with conflict? And usually I get we're so in love, we've never really been in a fight, and I just want to say, well, go home, have 3 fights and call me tomorrow, because you have to know how to be able to fight safely within these walls and know that no one's gonna leave, no one's gonna get hurt, but you have to set up guards outside and know that boundaries are there to protect you and other people don't step in those bounds. And also what goes in here is safe. And even though there might be conflict, we navigate through that. So some of us, we come from a background where it was World War III, the WWE, and we saw our parents just go to town. And then some of us, we kind of suppress things. And so whenever we marry someone, you know this, you don't have to be married very long to know that when you marry someone, you bring that with you, and that becomes a part of you. And so either you fight very bad or very good, but you want to be able to protect your marriage and go, how can we be ourselves in that? Because realistically, it's not what you believe, it's how you demonstrate love to each other that's going to make the difference. Now, if we take the same translation to our students, we want to always give our students and our spouses the grace. And grace is very big, because the grace is that space for us to become what God is doing in us. And grace is very, very key in that. And so for our students, we want them to build barriers and walls, not in their relationships, but where they're having the relationship with Jesus and who they are with themselves. You build these walls to keep the foxes out. And see, it's okay for students to have desires for someone, to think, oh man, he's beautiful, he's hot, or all those things. Those desires, those are okay. They're fine. God gave those to us, but they cannot become reality until it is made righteous. So again, parents, we have to step in there and we have to protect our kids. What are you doing with your kids and their computer screens and their phone screens? Guys and girls are struggling with this and battling this, and it's going very bad. And we got to be more intentional of building walls for our kids to protect them. And then also, our kids need to know that physical intimacy always paves the way to sexual intimacy. The more in depth you go, the more you want. And as students are growing, if they've opened this can of worms, you can't just close this. So we have to be very intentional about helping our students build walls, because every time they'll fall short. And the other thing we need to really express to our students, we're seeing a big pattern of this, is our students are emotionally getting attached to one another. And the more in depth they get on emotional standards with someone that they're pursuing, all of a sudden there's nothing else to go to, and then physical intimacy is like the next step for this. And so students need to know they don't have to dump everything on a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Take it slow. Put boundaries up. Know that where your help comes from, and that's from the Lord Jesus Christ. And then find your comfort and rest in Him first, and then the other things will fall into place. Thanks so much for this time, and we will see you on Wednesday with Sam or Mike.